Class, let's jump into week 9. Our two topics this week will be relevance and quality score and installing Google Analytics. We will also cover the introduction to Project 3. Project 3 is unique because the instructions are spread across 2 weeks, weeks 9 and 10. It's a fairly straightforward, a fairly simple project compared to our last 2 projects. And then we'll have your reflection, of course. Let's jump into relevance and quality score. I mentioned this a little bit last week, but the way Google Ads works is that you set a bid price for how much you want to bid for ad placement. And you're bidding on certain keywords or certain search terms, and Google will measure that against the other people bidding against those keywords and search terms. And it's not just the highest bid price that wins, it's a combination of the quality score, the quality of the ad, and the bid price. So if you have a high quality score, you can have a lower bid and still have your ad placed, still have your ad show up in that search. And so a high quality score can really increase your ad reach and lower your marketing costs. So this week we're going to learn about that quality score. It's a factor of many things: the way you write the ad, whether or not you deliver on what you promise in the ad. You'll learn a little bit about a landing page. That's the page that the potential customer lands on. Hence the term landing page, lands on your website. So the first page that pops up, it should not be your home page. You want this to be a customized page for that ad. And a number of other factors. And so these readings are really, really important when it comes to understanding relevance and quality score. It's a nuanced concept, and so it's not something that just instantly makes a ton of sense. You really got to understand what Google is looking for in a quality score. So there's readings and a video. There's a lot of content this week to help you understand that, because this is such an important concept. Then you'll write a response to the following statement. If someone had a keyword with a quality score of 4, what are 3 things you'd recommend? And then for each of those 3 things, explain why you think making those changes would increase the quality score. So that's about it. There's additional resources for this essay, but you really want to understand what's going to drive a quality score, and hopefully that in turn will help you in your ad writing process. You'll have your discussion board on that, and then let's go into Project 3. Project 3 is simply about creating and launching your Google Ads campaign. We will not launch your campaign this week, and so there's this warning here: do not run your campaign until you receive further instructions in week 10. Right now we're just creating the ads campaign. So to do that, you will create an ads campaign for your website that contains 1 ad group, 2 ads, and 10 keywords. So simple, straightforward. A lot of this we've done. You know how to do a campaign and how to write ads, how to do keywords. So a lot of the assignments we've done have led up to this. The rest of that will come in week 10, so we will actually launch ad campaigns in week 10. The second topic is installing Google Analytics, and really the power of an online business revolves around Google Analytics. In the past, if you have a brick and mortar business, if you have a grocery store chains will pay millions of dollars for an assessment on where a customer goes, what they look at first, and then they will actually use that data to price out shelf space. And so if you want a product to display in an important area of your store, you're going to charge that supplier a lot more money, because they've got more eyeballs on that part of the store. It's more likely to make a sale. All that information is free at your fingertips with Google Analytics. That's what Google Analytics will do. It's the digital version of the customer meandering through the store. It shows you how they arrived at your site, what they do on your site, how long they spend on each page of your site, what links they tend to click on your site. Just a wealth of information, and it allows you to customize that experience on your website to adjust it and tweak it over time and become really, really savvy with how you interact with your potential customers. We will do a handful of assignments on Google Analytics. This is just the introduction to help you install it. So there's the reading to help you understand what Google Analytics is, the tracking code that you'll need to install on your website, and then how to link Google Analytics and Google Ads, because we will combine those two to allow you not only to get data and analytics from your website, but from your Google Ads campaign and how that's playing into your site and how effective your campaign is. So your assignment is to set up the Google Analytics tracking code on your website. You're going to grab what we call a code snippet. You'll generate this from the Google Analytics site, and then you will install that in a certain place on your website. I couldn't share on this video where you will install it because it's so different for each site builder or content management system or customized website. But if you are unfamiliar, if you struggle finding that spot, please reach out to your site builder or content management system. They can guide you. This is very, very common in a website, so almost all of these site builders make it very obvious where you should put this tracking code. I know that's their intent. Not all site builders are successful at making that obvious, so sometimes you do need to reach out and ask for some instruction, but that is a very common request, very common inquiry, because Google Analytics is such an important part of a web business. So the first step in this, as I mentioned, paste your tracking code in your website, and then on a Word document, paste the tracking code onto the Word document, and then explain where on your website you pasted the code. Briefly explain how you linked Google Analytics and Google Ads, and then explain why you feel Google Ads will help your web business be more successful. So all that on a Word document, but there's a lot of prep to get there, to generate that code, paste it on your website, link it to Google Ads, and then walk through that Word document to explain each of those steps. And that'll be it for this week. A lot more, a deeper dive, I guess, into Google Ads. So some helpful information there, and then hopefully the Google Analytics installation for most students that runs fairly smoothly. I know a few of you will run into hiccups with how it links to Google Ads or your site builder, and there's depending on what site builder content management system you're using, this is where WordPress can be kind of glitchy sometimes, or Shopify, but hopefully it runs smoothly for you. Again, please reach out to me, reach out to your content management system for help on that. I'd be happy to share my experience and my understanding with these. I've certainly run into hiccups in the past as well, and worked through some kinks sometimes. So reach out if you've got some questions or challenges on these, and excited to see this part come about. We're really getting into not only the nuts and bolts, but kind of the deeper dive of online marketing. So I think from here on out, the course has been fun and interesting, but I think it really gets exciting from here on out as you see the power of an online business. Thanks, everyone.